Hey everyone, and welcome to Farming Simulator 25. Right now, I'm on the flat map. There's absolutely nothing here. No fields, no buildings, no machinery. My starting equipment is just a scythe, a wheelbarrow, and a shovel. And with that, I have to build a whole farm from scratch. Oh, and my balance? $0. Sounds like a challenge. And that's exactly what I'm about to take on. If you're curious how this will go, support the video with a like and subscribe to the channel. This is part 4. You can watch the previous parts by the hint or find them on the channel. Now it's time to plant the fields. I want to try barley. It's planting season right now, so let's go. I take the tractor and seeder and start working. But wait, I remembered I can buy a bigger seeder with a built-in cultivator. One like this. It costs $312,000. It's wider than mine, so work will go faster. Now let's plant the fields, starting with the smaller one. Done. Now the big one. Done too. Now we need to get rid of the weeds. I bought a weeder earlier. I hook it up and go to the field. It grinds up weed roots, but the barley stays intact. So I just need to treat all the fields, starting with the first. Done. Now the big one. Also done. Great. All that's left is to fertilize the field when the barley sprouts. Now back to the grass. First, goats. I have run out of grass for them, so let's make grass bales. I have this baler and this mower. Now I can mow grass. As you can see with this setup, the grass goes straight into the baler and finished bales drop out the back. After a little time, I got this result. Now I need to gather everything. But for that job, I want to buy an off-road truck. One like this. It cost $130,000. Now I take my flatbed trailer and go to the field to gather bales. Done. Now let's deliver them to the storage. Now the goats have food again. A month passed. Our barley has sprouted, so let's fertilize it. But now I think it's time to finally upgrade our sprayer. So first, I sell the old one for $20,000. Then I buy this grown-up sprayer for $100,000. It has a much wider working width than my old one, so work will be much faster. Starting with the small field. A few passes and done. Now the big one. done too. Great. Now we wait for the barley harvest. Now it's time for big money and big things. I want to install a biogas plant. It costs $1,250,000. So let's buy it. I'll place it right here. Why so far from all the buildings? You'll see later. But that's not all. It needs silage to work. It will turn silage into electricity and digestate. The idea is that silage releases gas when fermenting, which is cleaned and used as fuel for electricity production. It can also be fed into gas networks, but in this game, it produces electricity. So we'll need a silage pit where I'll deliver collected chaff. So I install this big one. It can be obtained from grass or corn. I want to try corn, of course. For that, I'll need a huge cornfield. But it's not corn planting season yet, so we'll come back to this later. I made a mistake installing it right away, but no problem. While I was doing all this, the goats accumulated a lot of milk, so I deliver it to the dairies. And now it's time to plant cotton. So I grab the planter and get to work. Done. The field is planted. Now we wait for the harvest. Now I want to improve clothes production a bit. Maybe you wondered, why don't I raise sheep? Well, if you don't process sheep wool into clothes, goat milk is more profitable. But I already have clothes production going. So why not sell all the goats and buy sheep instead? That's what I did. They cost almost the same, so the investment wasn't big. Now I get cotton for clothes production both from fields and sheep. Cool. Write in the comments whether you think I did the right thing. Have you forgotten about my forestry business? So did I. Time to refill the sawmill with material. So I take this monster and get to work. As always, I cut trees, grab the stumps, hook trees with the winch, and pull them to the sawmill. And repeat a few more times. Done. The sawmill is full. Now we just wait for production, and now we can rest. Spring has arrived. First thing, I need to fertilize the cotton field. I grab the sprayer and get to work. As you can see, I forgot to run the weeder on the field, and weeds grew up. Too bad. I'll have to spend herbicide on weeds again. But no big deal. Done. And now it's finally time to return to my big business. The biogas plant. Corn planting season has come. So let's get to it. First, I need a field. And not just any field, a big one. So I take my trusty plow and start working. The field will go right here. And how big it will be, you'll see in a moment. Meet the new field. This process took me about 3 hours. I got really tired, but it was worth it. Look at the scale. It feels bigger than all my fields combined. Now it's time to plant corn here. I already have the equipment for it. It uses the same planter I use for cotton. So let's get to work. Done. Since the field was just plowed, it doesn't need weed treatment. Now all that's left is waiting for the corn to grow. But since I'm harvesting it for chaff, I don't need to wait for full maturity. I need to harvest at the last growth stage before it ripens. So the main thing is not to miss that moment. By the way, about the combine harvester. For corn harvesting, I'll need new equipment. But for that, I need money. Since enough time has passed, I have plenty of lettuce and materials from the sawmill and carpentry. So let's sell them. I take the truck and trailer and get to work. For lettuce, I got $700,000. Great. Now the sawmill. $300,000 from materials. Furniture is left. Another $189,000. Cool. Now my balance is $2,500,000. So let's buy equipment for future corn harvesting while I still have the funds. First, a forage harvester. I buy this one for $539,000. Then the header for $127,000. Here's how it looks. Now, I need a trailer to load the chaff. I already have one. Let's see if it attaches to the forage harvester. Oh, it doesn't fit. I'll have to pull it with the tractor. Perfect! This is the chaff harvesting setup. Now all that's left is waiting for harvest time. A month passes. The corn sprouts in the field. Just look at this. I hope the yield is good. Now for this field, it can already be treated with herbicide. So let's do it. I take the sprayer and go treat it. You've seen this process 100 times. A bit of magic and the field is done. Now the weeds will wilt, but the crop won't be damaged. Now it's barley time. As you can see, it's grown and ready to harvest. So dense you could easily hide in it. So let's harvest it. I take my combine harvester and head to the field. Lower the header and get to work, starting with the small field. First hopper is full. I immediately grab a trailer and unload into it. And continue working. Done. From this field, I got 27,500 units of barley. I immediately take the whole harvest to the silo. Great. Now let's harvest the second field. The second field is done too. From it, 62,000 units of barley. Not bad. Now I want to tell you why I need barley. And no, I'm not just gonna sell it. I want to raise chickens. Barley will be their feed. So time to set up chicken coops. I bought 3 of the largest ones. They hold 1,080 chickens total. That's a lot. But to start, I bought 750 chickens total. The rest can hatch themselves. And as you might have guessed, chickens produce eggs. So let's wait a month and see how many eggs they lay. But wait, I forgot to bring them feed. That's better. Now let's wait a month. The chickens produced 5 pallets of eggs. 1 pallet cost $4,000. So the chickens bring in $12,000 per month. Not bad. But note that production isn't full yet since new chickens will hatch soon, and when they grow up, there will be way more eggs. The main thing is not to forget to bring them feed. By the way, about feed. I almost forgot about our sheep. I need to move all the cotton to the spinnery. And I got a good amount of it. So let's do this. Done. Also, I don't forget to turn on fabric production from sheep wool. Now, we can take a short break. Why only a short break? Because fall has come and we have a lot to do. First, planting a new batch of barley. So I grab my seeder and get to work, starting with the small field. Done. Now the big one. Done as well. Now I need to avoid the mistake I made with the cotton field. Treat the field for weeds. So I take the weeder and get to work. Small field first. Now, the big field. Done. After that, I just need to fertilize the barley when it sprouts. Next up is feeding the sheep. They've run out of grass. So, I take the trailer and bring them bales. Done. Now I can also refill the sawmill, as materials have run out there. I take this monster to work. Done. The sawmill is full. So now we wait for production. And now the moment you've been waiting for most. The corn harvest. The corn is at the last stage of growth. Huge, but not ripe yet. It has the most juice and green leaves right now and is perfect for chaff. So I take the forage harvester, hook up the trailer, and get to work. As you can see, it's simple. The harvester chops the corn and blows the finished chaff directly into the trailer through a pipe. The first trailer is full. Let's take it to the silage pit. I do this with the tractor since it's easier to maneuver. I unload and continue harvesting. Some time passes and all the corn is harvested. From this field, I got 528,000 units of chaff. I think that's pretty good, but I definitely need to expand the field as our silage pit still has a lot of space. We'll work on that before the next corn planting. And now, to make silage, the chaff must be processed properly. First, it needs to be compressed. I take the tractor and press it down with the wheels. This squeezes juices from the grass that will ferment because silage is fermented grass. After compressing, I cover it with a tarp. Thanks to the sun, the grass ferments and good high-quality silage is made. So now we just wait. And this month, the only other thing left is to fertilize our barley. It's already sprouted. So I take the sprayer and get to work. Done. Now we wait for the harvest. While I was busy with all this, the cotton became ready for harvest as well. So as always, I hop into the combine harvester and get to work. Done. I got 3 bales of cotton. Now I take them to the spinneries. Great. At the same time, I can sell all the clothes that have accumulated. Even better, the price is the highest it's been. So I take the truck and trailer and load it up. I got 19 pallets of clothes. Not bad. I'm taking it to sell. I made $415,000 from the clothes. As always, very good. And since winter is coming, it's time to rest. Now it's time to plant cotton again. Without further ado, I take the planter and start working. Done. And I immediately have to run the weeder to get rid of weeds. So I take it and get to work. Done. When the cotton sprouts, all that's left is to fertilize it. Spring has come, let's start with our biogas plant. The silage has fermented and is ready, so it's time to start the plant. To move silage to the plant, I'll need a conveyor. I bought several of these mechanisms for $50,000. This machine collects silage from the pit and moves it onto this conveyor. The conveyor transports it to a lifter, and from there the silage goes into the plant storage. Well, the plant is now officially running. The silage will be turned into gas, and then electricity will be produced and sold thanks to the gas. A big plus is that electricity is sold automatically. Great. Now let's take care of silage for the future, or rather, the corn. First, I'll make one more field for it. I take the plow and get to work. It will take a while. But for you, it's just a moment. Once again, I spent several hours on this boring work, but now I have 2 fields. I think 2 fields look more balanced than 1 large one. What do you think? Write your opinion in the comments. Now I can plant corn on them. I take the planter and begin planting, starting with the old field. Done. The old field needs to be run through the weeder to grind up weed roots. So I take it and get to work. All done. Now no weeds will grow here. The new field doesn't need it since it was just plowed and has no weed roots. Now all that's left is to fertilize these fields when the corn sprouts. By the way, about fertilizing. Our planted cotton has already sprouted, so let's fertilize it. I grab the sprayer and get to work. Done. Now we just wait for the cotton to grow. I walked around the farm and noticed the dairies. They're processing the last of the goat milk and will sit idle. This problem needs fixing because idle production means no income. So time for new animals, cows. I want them for milk production. From what I know, they need a lot of work and preparation. But I hope I can handle it, with your help of course. Let's start. First, I need a cow barn. It costs $518,000 and holds 161 cows. So let's buy 161 cows right away. I take the ones that produce milk. $205,000. Great. Now I need to take care of their feed. They eat a special mix: grass, straw, and silage. And of course, this machine. It costs $36,000. It's a big mixer. I bring all the ingredients here to mix the feed. So let's get to it. First, I need to mow grass. I take the tractor and mower. But besides that, I want to buy a forage trailer so grass goes straight into it. So I buy a medium-sized one for $140,000. I hook it up. And using the familiar system from previous episodes, the mower in front cuts grass, and the forage trailer behind collects it. The trailer is full. Let's take it. Done. Now I need straw. I don't have it yet since it comes from harvest fields. So for the first batch of feed, I'll buy it. Now to the mixer. Silage is left. I have silage from the biogas plant, but I don't want to touch it. For cows, we'll make silage from grass. First, I install a silage pit. I'll bring grass here. Now I take the same equipment and start mowing grass. When the trailer is full, I unload into the silage pit. Half an hour and there's enough grass. Now, like with corn silage, compress and cover it. First, compress, then cover. Done. But since it needs time to ferment, I'll borrow some silage from the biogas plant. Done. Now everything mixes. I take the tractor and trailer, load the feed, and deliver to the cows. Done. Seems like I didn't forget anything. Now we wait for milk. Write in the comments your bets. Will the milk income justify all this cow care work? Now to clothing. One problem to solve. Sheep produce more wool than the spinnery can process. Time for another one. Minus $180,000. And fill it. Not all wool fits since I noticed the problem late, but it's easy to fix. I'll sell the excess wool, and next time it will all get processed. Plus $158,000. Great. But sheep aren't done. They need feeding. Problem: grass bales are gone. So let's prepare a new batch, one that lasts a long time. I feel this will need a ton of grass. It'll be the biggest mowing job yet. So for this, let's buy a special mower. This one. It costs $468,000. What's the advantage? It's twice as fast as the tractor with mowers. Work will go twice faster. I'll mow here. Time to work. This is how much grass I mowed. Hope it's enough to fill a full shed. But that's only a third of the work. Now make bales from this grass and deliver them. First, gather grass into rows. For that, there's this windrower. It costs $74,000. Hook it to the tractor into the field. It gathers grass into convenient rows for the baler. Done. Now make bales. Take the baler and work. Bale by bale it went. Finally, I processed all the grass. Got quite a few bales. Now collect and deliver to the shed. So take the truck and trailer and get to work. Great. Now sheep have food. Now let's see how much money the biogas plant made this month. $90,000. Not bad. It uses 152,000 silage per month. Considering silage price, the plant makes 3 times more than selling silage directly. In my opinion, it's the best income for the work-to-profit ratio. Sawmill might seem more profitable. It is. But factoring tree growth time, it loses. Write your opinion. What would you develop? Biogas plants or forestry and sawmill? In the previous episode, I bought cows, so let's check on them. They have already produced 15,000 liters of milk. Let's deliver it to the dairies. For that, I need a barrel. This one. It cost me $90,000. I hook it up and drive to the cows. Load the milk, and now need to deliver it to the dairies. Oops, I forgot to sell the goat milk. Let's quickly do that. I earned $554,000. Nice. Now I load the cow milk and start production. I will set this up the same way as with goat milk. At first, I turn on production of cheese, butter, and bottled milk, and then later we will see what is most profitable and focus on that. For now, I also need to bring feed to the cows because they are out. But there is no feed yet because the mixer ran out of silage. As you may remember, I prepared a new batch over here, so let's load it. I take the forage trailer and get to work. Done. After a few minutes, the finished feed is flowing into the trailer and I haul it to the cows. Great. Now it is back to waiting for milk. I also want to finish the machinery storage a bit. Specifically, for all the grass and silage equipment, I am building a garage next to the biogas plant. That cost me $200,000. I moved the machines over. Perfect. Now only silage and grass equipment will sit here and will not take up space in the main sheds. And I completely forgot about the roads, so I reworked them a bit for convenience. That is better. Since we started with cows, let's go through all the animals. Next up are the chickens. They have laid enough eggs, so let's sell them. There are 30 pallets. For them, I got $114,000. Not bad. And I must not forget to bring them barley. I take the trailer and deliver it. Great. By the way, the chickens have already had offspring, and when the young birds grow up, there will be even more eggs. Sheep are left. They have built up plenty of wool, so let's take it to our clothes production. I load it up and deliver it. But there is a problem. My spinneries are full. Turns out even 2 spinneries cannot keep up with this much wool, so I have to place another spinnery. It cost $180,000. I unload. Very nice. Now I have 3 spinneries. While I am here, I also check the tailor shop. It has produced enough clothes, so since the price is good, let's sell them now. 19 pallets of clothes. I earned $630,000 for them. Excellent. And on this tour of the farm, there is only one thing left. Selling products from the greenhouses and the sawmill. I head out to sell them right away. Lettuce brings in $720,000. Now the sawmill. $220,000. Furniture is left. Another $315,000. Great. Altogether, I earned $1,225,000 from all products. There is money. The farm is serviced, so it is time to start. Start what? The farm is already quite big, and handling everything alone is tough. Technically, I can do it, but routine tasks take a lot of time, and sometimes I do not even manage to harvest on time. So this is what I decided, and many of you wrote this in the comments too. It is time for hired workers. And no, this will not be cheating. For more realism, I will build a small farm town. It will be right here. I placed the main farm office, apartment buildings for workers, and of course, a little store where you can buy food and all kinds of stuff. I decorated a bit. Here it is, check it out. And in this spot, I am not sure what to place yet, so write your ideas in the comments. Also, let me know if you like this area. Now, with a clear conscience, I can use workers. And the first job is already lined up for them. The barley has ripened and is ready to harvest. So, let's begin. I drive the combine out onto the field and hand the work over to a hired worker. Looks unusual to me. As you can see, this time I am leaving straw on the field. Why? It is needed for the cows and can be used as bedding or as part of their feed. But I will collect it later. First, we harvest the barley. The first tank is full, so I unload into the trailer. And the first field is harvested. From it, I got 28,000 units of barley. Now we move to the second field. While the worker is harvesting that field, I can collect the straw from the first one. I will collect it as bales because that is the easiest way to store it. I take the baler and get to work. I even finished faster than expected. 12 bales. I want to quickly pick them up right away, so I take the off-road truck and trailer and collect them. Perfect. While the worker was busy, they finished harvesting the second field. From it, I got another 65,000 units of barley. So in total, this harvest gave me 94,000 units of barley. Not bad. Now I just need to collect the straw from the second field. I got 25 bales. Now the bales need to be delivered to the cows. But there is a problem. The straw has to be chopped first. So I buy this machine for $36,500. I load the bales into it, and it shreds them and spreads the straw to the cows. Perfect. For the remaining bales, I place this shed for $22,000 and unload them there. Now I have a straw reserve. There is also an unfinished part with manure. Right now, since I do not have a manure silo, I am basically missing out on free fertilizer. That has to be fixed. So I place a manure silo for $25,000. Now all manure will be collected here and can be used as fertilizer on the fields. I also place an additional slurry silo for $158,000, which can also be used as fertilizer on the fields. These can already be used on the next plantings. This is what the cow barn area looks like now. Let me know in the comments if you like how it looks. Now let's move on to what has already become a tradition. Cutting trees for the sawmill. Let's refill it. I take this machine and get to work. Done. The sawmill is full. And now, since there are workers, it is time to really expand. First thing, I want to make kimchi, a vegetable dish. For it, as you might guess, production is required, specifically a food factory. It costs $330,000, and I place it here. To produce kimchi, these ingredients are needed. All of them come from greenhouses. So, let's rework the greenhouse business. First, I sell all remaining greenhouse products. I got $57,500. Great. Now I want to make a separate greenhouse zone. So I demolished the old greenhouses since they were placed wherever was convenient at the start. And this also frees up space in the center of the farm. Now I place all the greenhouses here. Each product gets its own row of greenhouses. For now, I place 2 greenhouses for each product. Nice. Now greenhouse output will be sent over to the food factory and kimchi will be produced. All that is left is to wait for the first batch. Now it is time to sow canola. Yes, this time I want to plant canola again. But before that, I want to increase the yield a bit, and for that I need a new field. I have an idea to expand our big field a lot. So I hook up the plow and let a worker handle the job. It is so nice that I do not have to do this boring work myself. While they are doing that, let's plant canola on the existing fields. Since the tractor is busy, I need another one, so I buy this one for $422,000. Then I grab the seeder and get to work. Small field first. Done. Now the big field. Also done. Now we wait for the worker to finish the new field. While that is happening, I want to solve one more problem. Fuel. There is a lot of machinery and it burns a lot of fuel. So I decided to place my own gas station. It costs $26,000. Great. Now back to the dairies. As you remember, I want to compare butter, cheese, and bottled milk. Let's see which gives the best profit. I take 1 pallet of each and sell them. Butter brings $2,600. Cheese $5,600. Bottled milk $1,900. Now a bit of math. Butter used 1,153 units of milk. Cheese used 1,500 units. Bottled milk used 500 units. It is easy to see that bottled milk is the most profitable, since it uses the least milk yet brings solid income. So I switch all dairies to bottled milk production. Excellent. And let's immediately deliver milk there, since the cow barn storage is almost full. Done. In that time, the 2 old fields have been planted with canola. Now I need to run the weeder over them. I hook it up and head to the fields. Done. Now we wait a bit until the worker finishes the new field. And now the new field is ready. Look how big it turned out. Hopefully it brings a lot of crop. All that is left is to seed it. I take the seeder and get to work. Done. The field is planted. Now we wait for all the canola to sprout so it can be fertilized. And this time, fertilizing will be done with our slurry. For that, special equipment is needed. A slurry tanker like this one. It costs $161,000, so I buy it. Now I need to load slurry into it. I drive to the cow barn and fill up. Then I can head to the field. I had forgotten this one attachment, so I grab it and now head out. The canola has already emerged, so we start working. It functions like a normal sprayer, but slurry acts as fertilizer. The big advantage is that we get it for free, whereas regular fertilizer must be bought. Let me know in the comments whether you think this is worth it, and if you would do the same or simply sell all the slurry. And now, without further talk, both fields get fertilized. The new field does not need fertilizing yet since it was just plowed. The first field is done, now the second. Also done. Great. Now we just wait for the canola harvest. For the new equipment, I built a garage next to the cow barn. This one. All cow-related transport will sit here. Now I want to improve farm logistics a bit. For that, I need this logistics center for $150,000. It goes right here where the greenhouses were. What does this give me? Simple. All pallets from all productions come here. From here, I can easily load and sell them. This way, excess products from greenhouses or the sawmill won't back up and slow production. No more driving around the farm collecting goods either, of course, except from sheep, cows, and chickens. Those still need manual delivery to production. Now I can take a little break, but the break didn't last long. Time to harvest corn for silage. Let's get to it. I take the forage harvester and head to the field. And I had an idea. Buy another forage harvester and work with a worker. That would cut the job in half. With 2 fields, it would speed things up a lot. But I need to sell products first since I have no money. So I let a worker run this harvester while I go sell goods. Everything is here in the logistics center. For all products, I earned $800,000. Perfect. Now I can buy the forage harvester set, harvester, header, and trailer for $750,000. Time to work. Both fields are harvested. I got 1,300,000 units of chaff, way more than last time. Now, like before, compress it. I take the tractor and get to work. Compression squeezes out juices for fermentation. Once chaff is compressed, I cover it. Great. Now we wait for it to ferment. A month passes. Time for what? Right. Cotton harvest. It's ripe and ready. I hop into the cotton harvester and head to the field. But I'll let a worker handle this job too. Meanwhile, I'll do what I've wanted for a while. Another cotton field. Right next to this one. First, I mark it out. It'll be about this size. Now I take the plow and let another worker make the field. While workers are busy, let's service the animals. Cows are out of food. I take the trailer and deliver. Done. They also need straw. I load bales and fill the cow barn. Great. Cows are good for now. Now sheep. First, they're out of grass. Let's deliver it. Done. Plenty of wool has built up too. Let's take it to the spinneries. Done. Chickens are left. They need feeding and product pickup. Since I'm in the truck, let's sell eggs first. I load them up and sell. Eggs brought in $164,000. Not bad. Now I take the tractor and trailer to bring chickens barley. Done. Animals serviced. Some time passes, and both workers finish. From this field, as always, 3 bales of cotton. Let's deliver to the spinneries. Done. Now we wait for production. Time for a short break. Winter arrives. Perfect time to plant cotton. Just harvested and already time to replant. I take the planter and get to work. First field. Now the second. Done. Both fields planted. All that's left is fertilizing them. Also, let's check our silage. I open it. It's fermented and ready. So I set up the conveyor and the plant keeps running. That means money coming in. Great. Right now, I need to feed the cows. They are out of food. So I take the tractor, hook up the trailer, and deliver feed to the cows. Perfect. Now let's automate our logistics center even more. I want to avoid selling all products manually. So I turn on auto sell for each product. Of course, I'll get less money this way, but we can imagine it's paying workers who haul everything to sell. Great. But now I need to haul wool from sheep to spinneries and sell these unloaded products. So I take the truck and trailer and get to work. First, the products. For them, I got $57,000. Now, wool. By the way, I'll deliver it to the logistics center, and from there it automatically goes to spinneries. Now that's what I like. At the same time, let's sell the eggs. $70,000. Not bad. For now, that's all for products. Let's check our factory. Everything is great here. Silage is filling up, electricity is produced, and money is earned. Perfect. Silage is sufficient for now, and by my calculations, it will last a long time. So the fields can rest from corn. Now let's move to greenhouses and food factory. Right now, greenhouses produce way more than the food factory processes. So I decided to place another food factory. It cost $330,000, also improving the area a bit. That's better. And turn on kimchi production. Great. Now we wait for profit from product sales. 3 months pass. As you can see, during this time, I earned $7 million from various products. That's a lot. And our canola has grown. Time to harvest it. For that, I want to upgrade combine harvesters. First, I sell my old one for $260,000. Then I buy these 2 combines for $1,800,000. These are the best available right now. Hope they work well. So now it's time to harvest. Workers will do it, of course. First, they'll harvest the 2 big fields. When the combine fills, I drive with a trailer and take the canola. Then haul it to the silo, and the first field is done. From it, 37,000 canola. Now this worker heads to the smallest field. The small field is done too. From it, 16,500 canola. Now we wait for the big field to finish. Of course, I put the second worker to help the first. While the big field finishes, let's collect straw from these two fields. But I also want to upgrade equipment here. I bought the best baler for $214,000. It has a built-in bale collector, by the way. So I put a worker on the bigger field. For the small field, I'll put a worker and my old baler. Two fields ready. Now put a worker on the third field. And I take the truck to collect bales from the fields. Just in time, the big field finished, so I collect from it too. Done. So let's sum up the harvest. I got 150,000 canola, plus 110 straw bales. Great. Straw goes to cows, of course. But what's all this canola for? I want another production. Grain mill. It costs $100,000. I place it. Here you can make flour from various products. I turn on canola flour production right away. And from this flour, you can bake bread. So of course, I place a bakery for $150. And turn on bread production. Now I have another production chain. Just need to bring canola here. I take the trailer and deliver. Done. Now we wait for profit from new production. But a problem arose. Parking combine harvesters. So I place a separate shed for them right here. Now they're protected from sun and rain. Also place 2 more garages for grass equipment since the baler has nowhere to go, and for future gear. While doing all this, the cow barn is full of milk again and straw ran out. Let's fix these. First, haul milk to dairies. I take the barrel and deliver. Great. Now straw. Take the trailer, load bales, and spread to cows. Done. Now I'll do what many requested in comments. That's right. Wash all the equipment, because I forgot about that. Now all machinery shines like new. But now it's time to get it dirty again. Why? Because it's time to plant barley. So as always, I take the seeder, drive to the field, and let a worker handle it. But it's not that simple. Since the fields are big, I decided to buy some more equipment. 2 more seeders and tractors. They cost me $1,500,000. I send them to work right away, 1 per field. When they finish those fields, they'll help on the big one. The 2 smaller fields are done. As I said, those workers head to help on the big field. Meanwhile, the fields need weeding to prevent weeds, so I assign another worker to that job. By this time, the big field is seeded too. It also needs weeding. Done. All fields planted. Now just fertilize them when ready. A month passes. Our cotton is ready for harvest. Let's get to it. I take the cotton harvester and let a worker collect cotton. But with 2 fields, I decided to buy another cotton harvester for $485,000. I put it on the other field. Now we wait for workers to finish. While workers harvest cotton, I want to start a new crop, sugar beets. Yes, it's hard to harvest, but very profitable. I want to process it into sugar. Planting season is spring, but I'll prepare now. As you guessed, I need a new field, right here by these ones. I take the plow and let a worker do it. While workers are busy, let's service the animals again. First, cow feed. And straw. Now barley for chickens. And haul sheep wool to the logistics center. Done. Also sell this flour that piled up. I forgot auto sell. $88,000 for flour. Great. Now wait for workers to finish. When the first field finished, I sent a worker to help the second. And all work done. 8 bales of cotton from both fields. Perfect. Deliver to spinneries. Done. Now wait for spring. Spring arrives. Finally time to plant sugar beet. It uses the same planter as cotton. I take it and head to the field. Done. Sugar beet planted. Also cotton planting time now, so immediately plant fields. Done. But as always, run the weeder for weeds. Now everything's set. Since I skipped corn last year, time now. Done. And weeder. Spring turned into lots of planting, but that's cool, with many fields growing different crops. Now I want to invest more money since I have plenty but nowhere to spend yet. Let's expand greenhouses. I placed 10 greenhouses for $360,000. They'll grow only lettuce for pure profit, plus 2 separate ones for strawberries needed for cake production. Great. More profits now. Comments: should I expand greenhouses more? Now production for sugar. First, sugar mills. Traditionally placed here. $240,000 each. I placed 2 right away since sugar beet yield will be huge. 1 wouldn't keep up. Improve area a bit. Now the best part, I want to make cakes. Most complex production by material count. Needs flour from grain mill, strawberries from greenhouses, sugar from sugar mill, eggs from chickens, milk and butter from dairies. And I have it all. Thanks to Logistics Center, everything auto-feeds production. Just harvest sugar beet and launch. So now we wait. While we were doing that, our barley grew. So let's harvest it. I take the combine harvesters and get to work. Same as last time. First the 2 small fields, then the big one. When the hopper is full, I unload it and haul to the silo. Harvest complete. From the whole harvest, I got 170,000 units of barley. That's a lot. Why so much? Part goes to chickens, and from the rest I'll make flour and bread since I set up the bakery earlier. So I deliver part right to the grain mill. By the way, need to deliver canola too since it's almost out. Done. Notice I didn't make straw from fields this time. Plenty in storage, no need. And while I'm here, deliver milk to dairies. Done. Main work done for now, so we wait for sugar beet. Fall arrives. Sugar beet is ready for harvest, but also need to plant barley. First, I take equipment and assign workers to seed barley fields. Great. Now sugar beet. Needs special machine? This one. Costs $700,000. I buy 2 right away to speed up since working with is narrow. Now time for mega tractors. I get the big bud for $430,000. Why? For this trailer. Costs $160,000. Biggest trailer for transporting sugar beet. Perfect. Now to work. Here's how the beet harvester works. It digs sugar beets from ground and loads clean ones into hopper. First hopper full, let's unload. Share your thoughts on what's happening on screen in comments. Now deliver this sugar beet to sugar mill. And repeat many times. It took about 3 hours, but now I have 2 full sugar mills plus this huge pile of sugar beet. Why not in silo? No silo stores it. Now solve moving this pile to mills? Easy. This machine for $369,000. Designed for it. Here's how. Collect sugar beets from ground via conveyor to wherever needed. Now sugar production set. Launch cake production? Great. Now making most complex product. Just wait for profit. Sugar beet equipment stays here by combine harvesters. By the way, workers planted all barley fields too. Now run weeder on them. Finally bought another weeder to speed up. Assign workers. Done. Now wait for sprout and fertilize. Now to trees a bit. As I used a lot of them, I want to plant new ones to grow by time I cut remaining. So take this planter and work. Done. Try to guess how many trees I planted in comments. A month's gone by and the barley's up. Time to fertilize. I grab the slurry barrel. As always, straight from the cows for that natural stuff. Then off to the fields. Workers set. And yeah, had to buy another slurry tanker. $259,000 gone. But it's done. All fields fertilized. All that's left is to wait for harvest. Now let's make a quick recap. I made some new fields. Started new productions. Expanded the greenhouses. Planted a lot of trees. Got some new equipment too. And the key is, all this I made from flat land and basic tools. So should we keep building this farm? Write your opinion in comments. Also, leave your ideas what to do on this farm or for new survives. That's it for now. This was Fizbee. See you in the next video.